Hey guys, Pete Mercer here. So there are a few things that really bug me about the term diet. And the main one is when people say, I need to lose weight, so I'm going on a diet. And as soon as you go on a diet, you're going to eventually go off the diet. When you go off the diet, anything that you've gained or the weight that you've lost, it's going to go right back on. You're going to be back to step one. So the biggest problem people make when they say, I need to lose weight and I need to go on a diet, it's short term, and that's a real big problem. So as soon as if you've got a short term goal and you say, I need to lose 10 pounds in 5 weeks or whatever, which is, realistic enough, say, I'm going to go on a diet. So as soon as they get their goal, say, right, well, I've now reached my weight, I will now do what I was doing before the diet. And it's just a vicious cycle and isn't going to work. So, problem number one, anyone that says, I'm going on a diet, it's going to be short term, it's not going to work. What you need to be thinking is, I'm changing my lifestyle, I'm changing my eating plan, things like that there. Diet is such a flexible word. People say, oh, my diet is this. And what they mean is what their eating regime or routine is, but it's easier to say diet. So just something to think about. Another thing that people say a lot about, a lot of diets are very specific to foods. Things, if you go on Weight Watchers or the Atkins diet, things, they've got pots of foods and containers and things that you're allowed to eat. And a ton of people hate some of the foods that are on those menus and lists and things. And that's a real problem, because if you don't like the food that you're being asked to eat, it's going to be really hard to stick to it. And that's a big problem, especially if you're going for long-term goals. If you say in the long term, say I want to lose 10 pounds, full stop, and you want to keep it off. It's fine to go on that diet for so long, but let's say you're doing a program that's based on a weight loss system, and you lose that amount of weight, and they say, right, we've done our bit, it's up to you now. You're not going to know what to do, because you've based what you've gained and what you've achieved on their goals and their rules. And as soon as you're left to your own devices, you might not know how to count the things that you need to. You might not know how to work everything out. So that's a problem. That's a big problem I've got with programs. Number one is they tell you exactly what to do to get a fixed goal, not a long-term goal. Number two, they tell you what foods to eat. If you hate the foods, you've had it. A lot of people have asked me, do me a meal plan, do me, a diet plan or whatever. And I say, I can't do that, because as soon as I start saying, different meals, because the thing that most people who want to lose weight have is they have such a big varied diet, and they'll go through all different types of foods because they enjoy them and they don't think about the nutrient content and the numbers. So they say, I want to be able to eat lots of different foods. And, one, you might have to start restricting things, but two, if you start mentioning specific foods that are healthy, or things that you might eat or you would recommend, they might say, well, I don't like that, I want this, or the other things I got there. It becomes a real problem when you start restricting their options. So it's a real tough one to get, because you can't exactly say, oh, take this amount of grams of protein, carbs and fats and you'll be fine. It'll take them forever to work out the foods that they like to work around it. So that's a real nightmare as well. When you try to go food specific, it's a lot better to kind of give goals. Number one goal, calories. Number two, then you work out your proteins, carbs and fats, and flexibility with the different foods that you can have if you need them. But it just bugs me a bit when you've got diet plans that say this is what you need to eat to lose weight, and then boom, you've lost the weight and you can't do anything about it. So that's something as well that bugs me a bit. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else, but the word diet is kind of a bit of it's a nuisance for me. But yeah, that's important things to think about. If you're going to go on a diet, don't think of it as going on a diet. If you want to lose weight, say you want to lose weight and keep the weight off and maintain that, do it sensibly. There's so much information on YouTube or internet or Google search, anything you want. You'll be able to find stuff on losing weight and how to do it, and nutrients and all that. I've done stuff on it as well. It's no problem. It's easy to find. But yeah, that's about it. It's late now. I've got home from work and yeah, it's not a great video, but whatever. So yeah, just something that bugs me. Diet plans and things like that there. It's a bit daft. Just I'm not gonna say eat what you want. Of course you can. And that might work for some people. It might not work for others. But yeah, be sensible about what your goals are and what you want to achieve when it comes to dieting. There are good ways of doing it and bad ways of doing it. So make sure you're doing what's right for you, and don't get sucked into fad diet plans, especially the ones like Brandon Campbell Fitness did a video yesterday, and it was he said about anything you have to pay for, steer away from. Couldn't agree more. The information's out there. Look it up. Do what you want, and do it right. So there you go. Diets. Hate the word. Don't like it. It's got to be a better way around it, rather than saying my health regime, because that sounds crap. Anyway, yeah, I'm done. So, I'm Pete Mercer. Take it easy.